How's everybody doing?
Yeah, look, I think this fight did two things. It'll make a much higher level people want to fight me, and it'll make the ones who are already scared, like we saw earlier this year, they're not going to want to fight me. So we'll see. That I'm sure there's a lot of names. I haven't even gone on Twitter yet to look at everything and all the call outs, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot. And it's back to the drawing board, and we'll see who it is. But Nate Diaz was here acting like a bitch. Everyone wants that fight. He tried to fight people in the hallway. Nate, stop fighting people for free. Let's do it in the ring, okay? I know you're a little slow, buddy, but it's okay. We can make that fight happen. And you too, Canelo. You're getting old. You looked weird against Triple G. I still want that fight as well. And I think now, like I said it 18 months ago, I want Canelo. And then I was sitting in a room just like this, and everyone was like, oh, fucking idiot. And then now, 18 months later, here we are. And when I say that, maybe people are taking it a little bit more seriously now. And I still mean it, and I still want that fight.
Are you the one
Now that you've defeated one of your childhood heroes?
It's surreal. I don't think it'll hit me until like a couple weeks from now. I feel like I'm living in a movie. He was the one that told me I could accomplish anything if I set my mind to it. You couldn't have written this in a story. It feels like a movie. And just being in the ring with him, seeing his heart, his courage, his bravery. That's the champion that I looked up to, and he's such an inspiration. And I had to go in there and match his heart tonight. A heart that I saw through the TV screen when I was a kid. So it just surreal and doesn't make any sense, to be honest.
And that punch that dropped him, knew you could take advantage of it in there.
I mean, we were throwing shots all night, and that one just caught him off guard when he was coming up. So really, like, we were just throwing, and he was taking harder shots than that. That wasn't even the hardest punch of the night. It was obviously just the timing. I was just surprised by his toughness because I was dropping sparring partners all camp with those shots to the body and shots to the head. He's built different. The guy's fought through broken bones and all sorts of stuff. So to beat someone like that, you got to dig deep, and that's what I did tonight.
Jake wasn't even aware of the altercation before the fight.
Yeah, I was focused on what was going on, but I was made aware of it afterwards, and it's typical of him. That's what he likes to do. He's a street gangster. He likes to act tough, and he's really not. Like, why are you trying to beat someone up in a hallway, bro?
I mean, speaking of the MMA of that community,
I think it has to. I want to watch the fight back, but people were just saying it was a really good fight, a brawl, a war, awesome back and forth, and so I think people will respect my game. I showed different parts of my arsenal, defense, all of that, fighting on the inside with a legend who's really good at fighting on the inside. I think this fight definitely has to gain me some respect, and I'm only 2.5 years in, so this is just the start. I'm just getting warmed up with what I can accomplish, and this is the first fight in my career where like I felt comfortable in the ring, right? And just think about it. No one 5 fights in is fighting 8-round fights. No one. They build them up 4 rounds, 6 rounds. I mean, Tommy Fury is still fighting 6-round fights, right? And he grew up his whole entire life doing this sport, right? And his brother's the heavyweight champion of the world. My brother and I are fucking from YouTube. So I'm doing something that no one's ever done before, and I'm just learning my bearings in the ring, but we'll see what happens after this.
But I want to add, he loves the MMA community, right?
I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. I just took a shower.
My God.
Good job.
Thank you, man.
Deji expressed how impressed he was with your skills. No interest in KSI at this time?
Man, he won't fight me, especially after this fight. Like, guy needs to keep on playing FIFA and making shitty rap music. I don't really know what the guy does. He's fighting bums, trash cans. I'm trying to become a world champion, And he's
Respected the legend as well.
yeah, and he's just like, I don't know what the fuck that kid's doing.
Jake, right here. Jake, right here.
The MMA community may love you, but do you have a message for Dana White? Because he was very critical of you taking this particular fight with Anderson Silva.
Dana? Bro, you said I wouldn't do this, and I did it, and with flying colors. But, you know, he's in hiding. You know, he's trying to do everything he can to stop my run, to sabotage my fights. He hates me. He hates me. He hates what I'm doing. He hates I'm exposing his business. And now, you know, we're going to band together and create a United Fighters Association to help UFC fighters, all MMA fighters, and boxers to get more fighter pay, long-term health care. And that's a big undertaking that I've been wanting to do for the whole entire time of my career since I met Nikisa. I said it to him on the first day. I want to make a fighters union. So, man, Dana White can suck this dick.
Jake, sorry, Jake.
I got respect for him.
Thank you, brother.
Guys, let's
Thank
get a
you.
hug together. And let's
Good job. Good job.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
It was turn.
So, I just try to speak in English now. So, the Jake is better than me today because I try to put in my game inside and my whole strategy, and that's I talk to my coach in the room. You know, I don't found my distance, and I fail in my strategy, and Jake better than me today. That's it.
E agora, futuro, assim.
And Jake talked you into joining him in this bet of, you know, trying to fight, create a UFC union, so to speak.
That's the truth.
How
That's the
committed
truth.
to that are you?
It's not if UFC unit. It's a unit for help and doing something better for MMA fighters, you know. And I think Jake and I can do something huge for help this new generation, you know.
Anderson?
Oi.
Scorecards.
Wow, you know, I just try to follow the orders of my coach, and I talked to my coach in the room. I said, I don't believe I take knockout in the last round. That's stupid. I fail in the strategy, you know, and that's I feel, and that's I talk to my coach. I fail my mission, and I back to home training better and try to make the strategy correct in the next time, you know. That's
Marcus Hayes right here.
Round. Is a rematch something that interests you? Is that something that you'd be open for?
the rematch. That's I respond to the guy, the Brazilian guy now. I think it's very important that people respect the moment, the Jake's moment now. I'm Black Samurai, you know. I know I lost. I know I failed in my whole strategy, and my opponent win, and I need to respect that. I'm not the same the other guys fight with Jake, you know. Oh, I need revenge. I need rematch. I don't know. Let's go see what happened, you know, and maybe, I don't know.
And you mentioned inside of the ring that you're.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.